Welcome to Bullet Points. I'm Michael Loftus. Who are you?
I'm Judd Dunning.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. We know we're going long. We know it. We watched the show. So this week we're gonna try to keep this sucker.
You watch the show?
Under 18. I do. I watch every episode. I'm trying to improve. It's like game tape. It's like game
It's true.
tape.
It's true. There's some moves. There's some moves.
So here's what we're gonna do. We'll just go over the rules.
Right.
We're gonna try to enlighten. We're gonna try to inform and entertain. All that stuff. We have 6 subjects.
Right.
We have 2 minutes per subject.
Right.
So boom, boom, boom. A lot of these, it's like water cooler talk. Hopefully, though, some of them are not, and you'll learn a little something.
I think so. And now, but wait, you have a 10-second challenge to promo yourself before the show. We'll just cut it down. Ready?
Here, you know what I was
You're
doing?
awesome.
You know what I was doing? I was giving back. I was gonna leave it at the end.
Oh.
I was so committed. I'm eating up time right now. I was so committed to the 18-minute rule. I was gonna leave a little promo for the end.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
You're awesome. I'm awesome. America's awesome. Let's do the show.
We want to keep America awesome. We
yes.
want to make America awesome
I
again.
want to conserve the awesomeness of America. That's all I want to do. Please, Lord. It's not that complicated. Just conserve the awesomeness.
It's not.
It's not, right?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. There's enough laws, there's enough rules. Let's move on, make it awesome.
So, bullet point number 1.
Great.
Take your shirts off, relax. That bra looks tight. Bullet point number 1 is what?
Well, I think we're just going to come right out and talk about impeachment. I think we call this next bit that's coming up, Impeach This. This is about Tom Steyer's impeachment training camp that he just had, as well as Maxine Waters coming behind saying that, she has been right all along. She's very proud of herself, and we should move forward with impeachment. That would be our first topic.
Okay.
All right.
Put 2 minutes on the clock. We're going to talk about Impeach 45.
All right, here we are. Okay, great. So, after you.
What a complete and total joke.
Yeah.
What a complete and total waste of time. Now, Steyer can do this because he's a billionaire and he's got like Ben and Jerry money.
But he won't run for president. Keep
No.
going. Yeah.
But these people who are just committed to stopping Trump, impeach him, and on what grounds? On what grounds? There is no crime. It's got to be what are they?
No.
It's got to be high crimes and misdemeanors.
Yeah, he is white and successful, Michael.
Oh, that's a crime.
And male. I mean, sincerely, it's a merit shame. It's like somebody rises up, they don't come from the bottom, and it's been a deconstructive attack. It just hasn't fit the model since the very beginning. Continue.
It's a giant waste of time, though.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get it through the Senate. You know you don't have the vote.
Right.
But so part of me is like, keep going. Just keep going. Keep talking about impeaching. Because there's no real threat there.
Right.
There's no real threat.
There's no court for our viewers. What happens is you can put the charges up through the House, but then you have to give the charges and allay the penalties through the Senate, and the right has the Senate.
Yeah, so just keep your eyes open for the way that, for you casual viewers, for the way that Morning Joe goes after Trump, and CNN goes after Trump, and NBC and ABC. You'll see that like they're wasting all this time as well. They have to try to paint him as this supervillain, this evil person that must be stopped. Now, divorce yourself from that and enjoy reality.
Yeah.
The record low unemployment, manufacturing jobs are coming back, wages are growing, the GDP is up, consumer confidence is up. What part of this is a crime? What part of this makes your life worse?
Well, I can't
believe
you have
you're
to finish this sentence. It's impeach Trump. We have no platform. I mean, that's pretty much. Have you seen any new platform to compete with Trump? What is the alternative to this great success in GDP? Howard Schultz came out and said, "Well, it's mostly Obama's doing still to this day."
Yeah.
So
Howard Schultz. There's the buzzer. I'm respecting the buzzer. We're gonna move on.
Moving on. We have to move on. All right.
Now this is a bullet point. This is bullet point number 2. This is when we're gonna learn something because you hipped me to this.
Yes.
There's something wacky going on with our government and anti-Semitism. What is this?
Yeah. So sustaining throughout this whole socialist, liberal, progressive move, where we're just seeing a lot of people that are more pro-Palestinian, a lot of people that are more anti-American. It's kind of their platform. They just passed I call this piece called Dems Jew Fail Hategate, because what happens is we just passed a piece on white supremacy is automatically a crime, but anything with anti-Semitism, there's a waffling in the Congress right now.
So what are they? They're trying to make anti-Semitism a hate crime.
Just anything is related to it is a criminal charge. It involves hate crime. But right now the Congress is waffling. There was an amazing guy by the name of Republican Lee Zeldin from New York who brought out an amendment and said, "Hey, anything that is anti-Semitic, we're going to go after. And it's going to be illegal and and they're waffling on it. So I mean, let's go back to Obama and
hold
Netanyahu.
on. We've set it up.
Oh, that was it?
That was the setup.
I thought I was in.
That was the setup. Now we're into 2 minutes.
18 minutes. Okay.
2 minutes on the clock. They're waffling on some kind of anti-Semitism.
That's right.
Legislation. Go 2 minutes.
Okay.
Keep talking. I'm
right.
new to this.
No, the main issue is just there's a definite movement against the Judeo-Christian roots of our country. You want to take it down to the basis of conservatism. So the problem has been Christianity. The problem now Jews that are associated with white supremacy and actually on the side of being victimized. There's been 618 anti-Semitic acts in California this last year. Campuses are no longer safe for Jews. So you have a Republican Jewish man doing an amendment to an anti-white supremacy document in the Congress, and people are waffling on the vote, and the vote's being pushed off. So it's an interesting time in our history if everybody's really for the common man and against bigotry. So you have to watch this.
Is very. I would have to dig in a little deeper.
Okay.
I got to say I'm a little bit ignorant on this. I don't know enough. I'm uncomfortable with the whole thing. I'm uncomfortable with them going. If you believe in white supremacy, that's a hate. Like that's like borderline thought crime.
Right.
I don't like
because hate crime is free speech.
Right.
I mean, hate
listen,
speech is free speech.
Listen, we're not white supremacists. We're pro-Israel. All that stuff. I'm just talking like in the theoretical aspect of it here. I don't like being found guilty of a thought crime, and like anti-Semitism, not cool whatsoever. And hopefully you can prove that in a court of law, and you're already covered. I don't know if we should be running in like, hey, federal government.
Well, there you go. That's great. Yeah. Well, if we're going to put constriction on hate speech, which is free speech, if we go further toward anti-Semitism, is it a down? You're a good conservative, Michael Loftus.
What? I worry about
you're catching the point. I'm so pro-Israel. I have Jewish kids. I got them bat mitzvahs. I'm a Christian. I go to temple and church because they're both a block from my house. My friends are like, "Oh, you're so religious." I'm like, "No, they're a block from the house, and it's interesting."
You go to church and temple.
I do.
You go to temple.
I go to temple. Yeah, I'm a Judeo-Christian. I can't know myself.
You know who else was a Jew? Jesus.
Jesus. Exactly. Well, that is. That was divine intervention right there. Praise Jesus.
That's the second
and
show.
Moses.
That's the second show in a row we've had a Jesus reference. We got
That's true.
Woo!
Yeah.
I love it.
By the way, but I wouldn't say we're overtly religious people, which is the whole other side of the deal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Bullet point number 3. We're doing well on time.
Okay.
The Green New Deal. This is the one I see AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Right.
She's always pimping the Green New Deal.
As is Julian Castro, as is anyone who wants to come up the Democratic side right now. You know, it's amazing because
You're already in, guy.
Okay, go.
Put 2 minutes on the clock.
Great.
All right, Judd, what are your thoughts on the Green New Deal?
Listen, I mean, Van Jones came in. We had this czar of the Green New Deal. There's a huge abuse of power. We had Solyndra. We had all this. Remember the scorched earth of Obama's era, and it was thrown aside when we stepped out of the Paris Accord because it was no longer, or in Kyoto as well, because it just wasn't financially sustainable.
Right.
Now we've grabbed it, we've ran down the court with the football, and it's now the greatest existential crisis of all time. It is a great ploy for the emotions of unaware voters. That is the bottom line. Now, as far as the climate itself, we're doing quite well. Do you know there are more trees in America than there were when we got here?
Yeah.
Do you know, I mean, our country is actually thriving on its own level. We can't control China. We can't control India. We can't control these consumers. The only way we can do it is through development of new technologies. We can't change the planet for $110 trillion by a point and a half. They've said it would only be 0.2, some of the best scientists. So we're running down the court, and a bunch of people don't even understand science. And I feel bad for the Democrats of America that are buying into the green dream. It's just like, it's complete brainwashing. There we go.
Wow.
Do you want some of that?
Judd has opinions. The Green New Deal is a joke.
It's a joke.
We can listen, we can all band together, we can do what we can. I'm all for like cleaner energy. That's great, as long as it doesn't knock some poor soul out of a job. Like we're doing well, you guys. Like Judd said, we can't control India. We can't control China. We can try to encourage them, but I'm not going to bribe China like Obama was going to do.
Yeah.
He's like, here's billions and billions of dollars if maybe someday, hopefully, you might consider maybe doing a thing about the emissions. So no, I love this planet. Last time I checked, it's the only one we got.
That's pretty awesome.
However, I do encourage Elon Musk, keep that side bet going. Let's get a city on the moon and a city on
yeah,
Mars.
just in case, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
right. It's not
Yeah.
stupid to have a side
But if you
bet.
boil it down, I'd say I have to. It's the new platform of the Democratic left is get whitey, go greeny. I mean, it's bigotry and the planet.
Keep bringing race into it?
But it
and
is.
The plane
There's
just
so
went
much bigotry.
overhead.
What is? I'm tired of it. Okay, moving.
Bullet point number
No, you didn't.
4.
Okay,
I'm keeping this show
bullet
under
point number
18.
4.
I'm so
Okay.
committed.
Okay, great. This is my favorite moment. This is a Loftus party pick. Red, blue, Magenta Nation. Loftus
All right,
party.
I gotta pick one of these. It's either Elizabeth Warren, her tax on the super
The
rich.
Warren Wealth tax on taxiness.
Right, she's talking about that guy with the big yacht.
Yep.
Screw her, she's jealous.
Right.
Sorry.
Asset seizure. Go
The
ahead.
other one, Medicare for all. That's
Ah,
nobody wants
we
that.
know it.
Democrats want to
This is
strike,
good.
so help you God from the oath when you take that in front of. Well, you know what? Somebody just got sworn in on the Koran, and that's a whole nother kettle of fish. And then you got Bloomberg taking a swipe at AOC, talking about the Green New Deal. We've already covered that. You might want to brush up on that and get an opinion on the Green New Deal.
What do you mean?
All right, so here's the one I've decided to pick. Medicare for all. Give me 2 minutes. Bingo, bango, bongo. You don't want this, you guys. You don't want this. You don't want this. If you think you want Medicare for all, drive by the nearest veterans hospital.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going well. You don't want one choice. You want multiple choices. And here's another sad little hunk of reality. This just coming in. There's always going to be 2 different levels of medical care. You go to England, you go to the UK, and it's like, okay, everybody has access to like this basic stuff. Someone's always going to have more than you. Now, I just don't think we can afford it either.
Right.
So it's not good.
And eventually, it's the limited resource, and that's the problem. Is just someone's going to have to allocate. Feels like, oh, all the fear that they brought up during that time.
And here's the other question I have. How's Massachusetts doing? Remember that when Massachusetts was like, here's the great thing about having 50 states, right? If you have a crazy idea, before you implement it over the whole republic, one little state or 2 little, they try it out first.
Right.
How's Massachusetts doing? I think that's federally subsidized.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something Ted Kennedy got in there before he passed away,
Right.
that like the federal government gives them a boatload of money. So listen, I want more choices. I want good doctors.
I don't want Medicare though. Do you really envy people in Medicare? I envy people that have like the highest levels of available care. And if somebody has a life-threatening issue, you know what you give up in America? Your credit.
Yeah.
Take my credit and solve my cancer, because that's actually how free market capitalism still works. That we have an ethical bond in our county hospitals you can go to, or you can go to our state or to our private hospitals. They can't turn you away. You can keep going.
Yes.
You destroy your credit. So you can't get a car, you can't get an apartment. It's horrible. But at least you get the best that money could buy.
Yeah, and fun to know fact, before we run out of time, little article in the paper recently about Israel. They think they might have figured out cancer. They think they might have...
Yeah, and you see the thing about sponges, too. That's interesting.
Woo!
Sponges! Whatever. That was very rational.
That was
discussion.
we were
We
like
needed to change our
calm.
rhythm on
Yeah.
that one. That was very good. Very, very good. So moving on now to our 18-minute drop-dead show. 18-minute drop-dead show. That is the key here. All right, moving on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen.
It's NewsGuard.
NewsGuard. Yes, it is.
Here's another one where I'm learning. I didn't know about this thing called NewsGuard.
Okay. Oh, nice. You like
I
that?
came over. We
See,
got-
right as we talk about somebody,
We got sound drop.
somebody
This-
violating our intro. This is great. So in the background, we were talking about hacking earlier, right? We just got hacked by, at least we got hacked by Fox.
we really did.
Right? Not bad. And another
It's
channel.
going on multiple...
That is amazing.
The way you've set up CU Studios...
It is great. It is great. Let me say, let my producer to come in here.
Truly amazing. I'm still... Who is that?
Oh my goodness.
Who's talking?
Again and again and again. The news is
pile.
just
What's
pounding into you, right? It's just amazing.
You know what this is? It's like one of those websites you go and like the video player just goes.
It does.
Right? It's so annoying. It's now
As long as-
seeped over.
As long as we've had news in it, we should go back to our theme song for a moment to keep
Reset.
the vibe going.
It's a sorbet. It's a
Okay,
sorbet.
that costs valuable seconds. Let's move
Okay.
on to news.
NewsGuard. Tell me about NewsGuard, and then we'll do 2 minutes.
NewsGuard is basically a verification system that Microsoft is going to use, which has come out and said that this source is valid. Now, this is interesting because of the Covington Catholic Voice story. It's because of BuzzFeed. I mean, we have a real
fake news.
Fake news. The crisis levels now are though, if, as we said in our previous shows, if this is true, yes. Now we have a Snopes verification.
It's a bigger version of Snopes.
Everything on Breitbart apparently is a lie. I mean, they're completely targeted. So for example, a few of the things that are we in the time?
Well, we should. Now, this is a weird one.
Okay.
Because this is so big and this is so much information. Mm-hmm. This is Microsoft. Is it a program? Is it a website?
Yeah, it's an inset that will now show you, you see a check mark in Twitter.
So Microsoft will declare what is true and what is false in the news.
Right.
Okay, start 2 minutes. That's all I need to know. Start 2 minutes. I'm not looking.
Okay. You ready?
This is terrifying.
It is terrifying.
It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
Right.
Because we already know that Google was messing with search results. We already know that. We already know that Facebook messes with algorithms. We know that. We know that Twitter dials down responses and shadow bans. We know with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
I don't want one entity like already Snopes. Super dubious. That
Van Nuys couple, they're pretty amazing, right?
And
it's true. It's
them and their Wonder Cat.
Two people sitting around.
So to have Microsoft and to have people listen to this, because it's Microsoft, that's a big company. They must be right. And boy, it doesn't take much.
Yeah, some of the cases are amazing. Like, look,
tell me some of the stuff.
They said that the First Lady Melania Trump being an illegal alien was credible.
Wow.
They said that Trump changing the name of Black History Month was credible. That Trump's threatening to invade Mexico was credible, and that Congress investigating Trump, Russian fund to Trump was credible. All these things have been pointed poorly. NewsGuard seal of approval also on the Rolling Stones 2014 hoax about gang rape. So this is going to be tied into Microsoft and Apple. It's going to be tied into your search engines. I'm hoping we get a positive check mark.
I don't want
here.
this. I don't
want a check mark.
This is not good.
It's like a Yelp for all news, basically, right? Because if you're on Yelp, I have friends who have services. Bad Yelp, they ruins their career.
Did you recently see the article in the London Telegraph about Melania Trump?
Which one?
She sued them.
Oh.
And they had to issue a giant apology. And they went down fact by fact. We said this and it wasn't true. We said that and it wasn't true. We said this and it wasn't true. And then it went on and on and on. And at the very end, it's like our sincere apologies to the First Lady. And it was wild just looking at the list of fallacies. Here's another one for the Bullet Point fans to look into. Go to CherylAtkinson.com. 69 really? Media mistakes that they've had on reporting on Donald Trump.
Wow.
These are mainstream outlets. 69 just complete and total fallacies that NewsGuard might have said are okay.
That's right. We can say one thing to our people here is look deeper. Look deeper.
All right.
Okay. Next one. Ready? We're going to start.
This is another one. This is another one that you picked. This is bullet point number 6. You're calling this wacky thing Hindu-palooza.
Hindu-palooza, yeah. So
this is a wacky thing. Is this in India?
Yeah. So every 12 years, I mean, we don't want to just cover we don't want to be myopic Americans, right? We like the world, America in the world.
We do.
Okay. So Kumbh. My apology to all of our Hindu viewers. So I'm sure
here, break it down. Speak American.
All right. Kumbh Mela.
I don't even know why you. Oh, this is the name of the thing.
That's right. That's right. I was actually speaking.
Okay. I thought you were.
By the way, would you like some more? So it's a festival in an Indian city, right? In Allahabad, I believe. If I slandered that, right? I could never be on CNN. Gathering humanity. 110 million people go with 49 days. And what they do is they take themselves to a ritual water and they bathe. And it becomes a party. So it's a huge party. People are losing their kids. They're like, I've lost
110 million people over 49 days.
And people are getting naked. And there's like transgender gurus. That's getting reversed, which is fine. I don't know how their stance is. I don't focus on that a lot. But so this is the biggest party in the world. It's the biggest party in the world every 12 years. Do
they have bands?
I believe that, they have, jangles. They have like cymbals at least.
I want to go.
It actually looks pretty fun. But they say it's degrading into like more drugs and more like what's that thing in the desert outside of...
Dude, 110 million people are going to be there.
Yeah.
There's going to be some weirdness.
Yeah.
Like are you into that? I'm into that. All right, let's go over here.
Yeah.
Listen.
Do you like Trump? They'll be like, no.
I dig India.
Yeah.
Like
Have you been?
really, I have not been.
I
but
dig
I
it
would
too.
I would very much like to go. They have like the oldest democracy on the planet.
Right.
They invented chess. They invented geometry. It's a very, very rich culture.
Nice.
Lots of crazy traditions, but this one sounds really, really nutty.
Yeah, this is the party.
I'm sorry to all of our viewers in India. Is it called Holi? It's the one where it's the color one. You go outside and it's like if you go outside in India on this day during this celebration,
will throw
you're
paint
playing. You're playing.
Oh, really?
Like you are on the active playing ground, and
right.
like bam, you get splayed with blue.
All I know is
or
I had
red.
an Indian gentleman working for me, my other corporation, and he's like, hey, I'm going to go on holiday. I'll be right back. And it was like a 10, 12-day holiday. So, I mean, these Indians party. They shut down, and they're like, hey, I'll be back.
They have some celebrations that make the 4th of July look stupid. Like, really, they have these Festival of Lights.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And everything ends with a Karma Sutric kind of... No, I'm kidding.
Let's hope. Hey, they did that too. There ain't nothing wrong with you know how bored Indian people must be, right? Like if you're dating an Indian girl, listen, fellas, if you're dating a girl from India, hold off on the Kama Sutra reference. In fact, don't do one at all.
Oh, it's true.
It'll
It's
drive
true.
her crazy.
It's true. It's
So I'm sure like
I'm an Indian-
every time she goes on a date, some guy's like, hey, so Kama Sutra, what's up with that? And she's like, next. Don't bring it up.
I'm a Hindu hack.
Make her bring it up.
Yeah.
She's like, so
very
don't
good.
you have any questions? Baboom. We're wrapping it up.
I need to hear a buzzer on that one. That's how good it is. Everyone's just riveted by this particular bit. There we are. Red Bull. Magenta. Okay.
So we're already on to 7. This
On
is
7.
good.
We're
on a
moving.
good-
We're moving.
a
We're
good
doing all
pace.
right.
We might come in under 18.
All right.
This is probably my favorite. I'm glad we saved it to last. These are the new rules.
Yes.
For marijuana consumption. Now,
Yes.
is this a federal thing or a state by state
No, there's
thing?
actually a culturally acknowledged source called the American Association of Etiquette Professionals. This has been definitely hijacked by the liberal left because they just did all the gender neutral pronouns. So now it's not only your fork and your knife go here, but it's also whether your fork and knife are used by they, there, and them. And now they just did medical marijuana. So medical marijuana protocol or regular marijuana protocol with 22 states is now what they just
Okay, so this, first of all, it cracks me up that there's such a thing as the American Association of Etiquette Professionals.
Yeah, apparently.
That's hilarious.
Right?
Why is that not a skit, right?
Right.
Like, what are their meetings like?
Right.
Okay.
Very formal.
All right, so here's some of the basic rules of stoner etiquette. Number 1, bring your own to share, right? Number 2, don't hassle someone who doesn't want to consume.
Dude.
Right. Number 3, no stems and seeds.
Dangerous.
Number 4, if you can't roll a joint, be honest about it.
Bro.
Here's what cracks me up about this. These are the rules that we had in high school.
Yeah.
Like, there's always be that dude, you're like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm rolling a joint.
Well, there's a new one, though.
Like, you're tearing it up. What are you doing? You put too much spit. You're getting it all wet. And like,
I'm getting high on this bit. But there's new things like, do I now smoke in front of my kids? Is it okay to smoke at lunch at work? Do I smoke while driving? I mean, seriously, now the new etiquette rules have gone farther. I mean, they have anything, always pass the duchy to the left side or some of the more... I mean, it goes back and forth between stoner culture and real culture. Like, what are the rules?
Don't hog it. Don't bogart it. This is fun and funny.
Yeah.
And
sad.
But hopefully you already know this. If you're part of the marijuana culture, hopefully this is...
Are you going to say it or am I?
What?
You're a loser. No, I'm kidding. I mean, seriously, look, my wife, I can't talk about her on the show, but someone I know is there. It's over now. But in the community of our America, there's a lot of reports that just came out that this is actually the levels of the toxicity are actually causing brain dysfunction. They're causing long-term problems. So the medical marijuana culture, as popular as it is, has a lot of downside. I don't know a lot of people like, hey, I want to really improve my life. I'm going to start smoking a bowl every day, all day long.
It's one of those things where time will tell. I'm not going to encourage anybody to smoke weed.
You're high right now,
But
aren't you, Loftus?
listen, I have friends that really benefited from medical marijuana.
Not
I
saying about
don't like the recreational marijuana.
Yeah.
Now, everyone thinks it's going to be a constant flow of tax dollars in Colorado and blah, blah, blah. I'm very wary of the whole thing.
Right.
I don't think we know enough about what it does to the old noggin.
Yeah.
Like booze is pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's a reason you get a little goofy. It's poison. and your body's fighting to
After
live.
2, most people stop. Alcoholics keep going, right? That's
Yes.
what they say. There's a natural response to stopping. But do people stop smoking pot?
Woo! So listen, let's get more research on what happens with marijuana. And geez, obey the rules.
And stop. Now time for your promo.
Here comes the promo. I have a website. And I think this show is running during the time where I'm going to be on tour. I can be 2 places at once. The Deplorable Show. Go to thedeplorableshow.com. That has all the tour dates. And if you're in the New York area, I'm going to be at a comedy club called Governors on Long Island.
Governors.
With there's a young man by the name of Kevin James. Who might be there? So we're gonna be working on some new material.
Oh,
it's
great.
gonna be fun. I'm gonna be doing new stuff.
Good Anglo-Saxon people you hang out with. Kevin
It'll be fun.
James.
Kevin James.
Right.
But, yeah, and then go to theloftusparty.com. It's now 50% hotter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you got going on?
Our book's coming out soon. Conservative Unplugged. Go here. You can see our new show, Bullet Points with Michael Loftus. It's a great pleasure. Loving this new season. And our show still runs over there as well. We're doing interviews. And I tell you, nothing's hotter on the internet or more important than the 18 minutes of Bullet Points.
That is correct, except for the title of your book, which is...
Thank you. 13 Reasons Why Not to Be a Liberal and How to Enlighten Others. And
Boom! We're
excited
going to have
get
a
it out
celebration. We'll do it live here on the show when that sucker gets picked up by a major publisher. I'm Michael Loftus. Who are you?
there. I'm Judd Dunning.
This is Bullet Points. We will see you next week.
Wow!
I love it.